Hi guys, happy Halloween, happy Halloween. I really wanted to do more of these like spooky, scary, like real life, supposedly real haunted places. I wanted to do more videos, and I actually did. I was sick. I ended up going to an urgent care over the weekend, and I have strep. So I'm getting over that. I know my last video was a little loud, and that's why it was because I had a sore throat, which turned out it was strep. So get yourself checked. If you're feeling sick, go get checked. Because I just let it go and I had strep, and I walked around for weeks with strep throat. And to a point where I could not, Saturday into Sunday, I could not sleep because the pain was so bad. Oh, so bad. So, but I am back. I am back with another Happy Halloween, true, supposedly true, I don't know if you guys believe in this or not, but supposedly true, haunted places. So, did some more research. The first one I have, and if I repeat these, I'm sorry. I don't really write down what I talk about, what I read about. So if I repeat any of these, I apologize. But let me know if I do. Excuse me. Yes, let me know if I repeat any of these. The first one I have is in Bodie or Body. Not sure how to say it. It's Bodie. Bodie or Body. Comment below if you know how to say it. I'm not 100% sure. It's Bodie, Body, California. And it says, in 1870s and 1880s, Bodie boomed when gold was found in the hills surrounding Mono Lake. At one point, it was home to 10,000 people. It's now a historical park, with some parts of the preserved in a state of arrested decay. Think tables replaced settings, and shops eerie stocked with supplies. It's not surprising that there are many reports of supernatural activity here, including ghost sightings and music playing in shuttered bars. There is also a legend that any visitor who takes anything from Bodie, even a rock, will be cursed with bad luck and health problems upon leaving. That's actually kind of weird. I've read or heard that about like other places, that if you supposedly take whatever, it's you're haunted, you're cursed. I don't know. What do you guys believe? Do you believe that you can be cursed? Okay. So the next one is Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia. It says, those of you that were born in the 90s will recognize the cemetery, as it's one of the features of the novel Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I don't think I've ever read that. I was born, I'm a 90s baby. Anyway. Like the book, the Savannah Cemetery itself has a southern Gothic atmosphere, with Spanish moss giving shade to time-worn Victorian monuments. There are many notable figures buried here, like singer John Mercer and poet Conrad Aiken, but it's Gracie Wasson who deserves a visit. Having died at just 6 years old, her grave is marked with a life-size marble statue with her hand resting on a tree stump, symbolizing her life cut short. Many visitors place toys on her grave when they visit, and some have reported seeing the ghost of Gracie near the site. Other spooky accounts of Bonaventure include impeccable sounds like babies crying and barking dogs, and statues suddenly smiling as people approach them. Do we believe that, y'all? Do we believe that? I don't know. I love cemetery stories. I love hearing cemetery stories, haunted cemeteries. They are one of my favorites. Okay, so the next one is Kawapau, Alabama. Please, again, correct me, because I know I just killed that. And I know I said it wrong. I know I just killed it, but saying it wrong. So I apologize. I'm sorry. Okay, so this says, Alabama's first capital and famous ghost town takes its name from the state's longest river, situated at the confluence of Chautauqua and Alabama. It was abandoned after the Civil War, and its empty buildings, slave burial grounds, and eerie cemeteries are now popular settings for ghost tours, and stories of paranormal activity. The most famous tale is that of the luminous floating orb appearing around the former garden maze of Colonial C.C. Peg's house, shortly after Colonial was killed there in battle. This phenomenon became known as Peggy's ghost and still attracts curious visitors on site. Okay, this next one is called, it's Kalikasu. I'm definitely killing these, gal. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I can't read today. I can't pronounce these words. I'm from the north, so I do apologize. I am killing some of these. It's courthouse in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Please let me know if you're in the south how I pronounce these, because I definitely know I'm killing them, and I do apologize. So this says, Tony Joe Henry was a former sex worker who reached national levels of infamy when she killed a man in cold blood in 1940. It took 3 trials for a jury to convict the charming Tony Joe, but she eventually became the first and only woman in Louisiana to be executed in the electric chair. However, it is said that her spirit has remained in the courthouse, where workers feel her presence and even smell her burning hair. Many claim she meddles with everyday life at the courthouse to make it more difficult for employees by locking doors and fiddling with office equipment. Okay, so this one is Crescent House in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And it says, since its construction in 1886, the Crescent Hotel has served several purposes. Luxury resort, commissary for young women, and junior college. But the strangest mark in history, I do believe I read this one, I remember it, but the strangest mark on history came in 1937 when it got its new owner, Norman G. Baker. Baker was a millionaire inventor who decided to pose as a doctor and turned a hotel into a hospital that could cure cancer. He was eventually exposed and run out of town. The reports say that his spirit found its way back to site and gained some worldly company. The now operating Crescent Hotel is said to have at least 8 ghosts, ranging from a 5-year-old girl to a bearded man in Victorian clothing. I do believe I read that in one of the other videos, because that sounds familiar. So for that, I do apologize, because I believe, like I said, I do believe I read that. So, okay, this one I know I didn't read. It's Dock Street Theater in Charleston, South Carolina. Oh, the South's haunted, man. What? One of the oldest theaters in America, this site in downtown Charleston has racked up a lot of turbulent in history over the years. After a fire burned down the original theater, the Planters Inn was built on the spot. It was converted back to a theater in 1930. The most flamboyant ghost here is Nettie Dickerson, who, legend has it, was struck by lightning while standing at the balcony of the hotel. Her shadow has been reported gliding along the second floor of the theater wearing a red gown. Also in otherworldly attendance, Junius Brutus Booth, a renowned 19th century actor and father of the Lincoln assassin John Wilkes Booth, who used to frequent the inn. Let's see. Ooh, here's one. Going up north where I am in Pennsylvania. The East State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The castle-like Eastern State Penitentiary took solitary confinement to new levels when it was built in 1826. A prisoner lived alone, exercised alone, and ate alone. When an inmate left his cell, a guard would cover his head with a hood till he couldn't be seen or heard. He couldn't be seen or be seen. Sorry, I can't read today, y'all. The prison had to abandon its solitary system due to overcrowding in 1913 until it closed in 1970. Although the forms of punishment did not get any less severe, chaining an inmate's tongue to his wrist is an example of one. The site, one of the most haunted places in America, now welcomes thousands of visitors every year, both for its museum and annual Halloween celebrations, which feature 15 attractions within the prison walls. Reported paranormal happenings have included disembodied laughter, shadowy figures, and facing footsteps. Okay, and I got one more for you. Emily's Bridge in Stowe, Vermont. So, New England is known for its lovely covered bridges, but some are more likely illicit dread than daylight. Take Emily's Bridge in Stowe, for example, a 50-foot long bridge that is said to be the site of a young woman's death in mid-1800s. According to the legend, the woman Emily was supposed to meet her lover on the bridge to elope, but ended up hanging from the rafters when he never showed up. Today's Emily's ghost is said to be maliciously haunted the site, clawing at passing cars, and even scratching the backs of pedestrians until they bleed. There are slightly less menacing spooks as well, like images of a white apparition and strange voices and footsteps coming from the tunnel. So, I'm trying to find, maybe we can do one more. Okay, so this one, y'all know about Salem, the House of Seven Gables in Salem, Massachusetts. No, this house did not steal its name from the classic novel. In fact, it's inspired the novel. Aside from being the site of one of the most famous witch trials, Salem also happens to be the birthplace of Nathaniel Hawthorne, who used this 17th century house as inspiration for his 1851 novel, The House of the Seven Gables. Aside from its beautiful yet spooky facade, the house is surrounded by tales of paranormal activity and ghost sighting, all based on personal experience from the staff. What do y'all think? Are you scared? Are you in the spooky mood? Oh, I got one more. Here we go. Good one, y'all. Good. Okay. Lizzie Borden's Bed and Breakfast in Fall River, Massachusetts. I know y'all know Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. Okay, so without a doubt, the most famous haunted bed and breakfast in New England is Lizzie Borden's house in Fall River. For those unfamiliar with the story or the jump rope rhyme, which I just kind of was singing, police accused Borden of brutally killing her father and stepmother with a hatchet in 1892. She was acquitted of the murders later that year. At the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast, visitors can tour the house and spend the night, even staying in the room where Abby Borden was killed. Guests and employees have reported all kinds of strange activity in the house, including reaping and footstep sounds, an apparition of Victoria-era clothing wandering the halls, doors closing and opening, and muffled conversations coming from vacant rooms. Alright, y'all, that is all that I have for today. Sorry, like I said, I'm getting over strep and this cough, so my throat is a little sore. But that is all I have. I hope this relaxed you. Like I said, I like listening to things. I hope it's relaxed you. I hope you have a good day, a good morning, whatever you're listening to. Like I've said in one of the videos, I personally sometimes listen to ASMR during the day, especially when I'm working. It just kind of like relaxes me during the work day if I'm having a stressful day. But whatever your preference is, I hope you're having a wonderful day, regardless of when you're listening to it. I hope you're in the spooky mood. If you have kids, I hope they have a great Halloween, trick-or-treating. If you don't, I hope you have a great Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. It stinks that it's on a Tuesday, but we're gonna make the most of it. We're gonna go trick-or-treating with the kids and have a great time, I guess, right? Eat lots of candy, don't get yourself sick. I am here for you, always, always, always. Until next time, there goes my dogs. Until next time, my friends. Seems like I always end the video with dog barking, and I'm sorry.